What is going on, everybody? $20,000 to first. Had to extend the stream a little bit for this one. 20 grand, and that's a lot of cheddar. That's a lot of bands. I'll do a quick rundown of these two games, and then we'll answer questions, whatever you guys got. Does look like we're going to have some overlay, unless this just starts getting crazy here close to lock, but let's take a peek and see how many. So, a little over 1,000 entries available. I'll probably throw a couple more lines in just to fill something. But I'll start with what I think is the better game of the two, Indiana and Connecticut. Hadn't looked at the spread lately. Let's see what it is. It's still Connecticut 6.5, 163.5, has not moved since the YouTube video last night. Minnesota 9.5, 160.5 total there, has not moved since the YouTube video last night. So same as what about, I don't know, almost 20 hours ago. So books haven't moved a ton. I think this first game is going to be super competitive. I think Indiana is going to play better. So I think the game is not going to be a blowout on the Indiana side. Caitlin Clark at the top, shot 4 of 17. She's going to stuff the stat sheet no matter what. It's not the best matchup. They're going to throw numerous players at her. Wnba Bonner, who has a lot of length on her, that's a tough defender to get around. Wnba Bonner is going to guard her some. Obviously, Dejanay Carrington's going to guard her. For some reason, in the second half, they put some Marina Mabry on her. If Mabry was to guard Caitlin Clark for any extended period of time, Caitlin Clark would absolutely cook her. I don't know what the reasoning was behind putting Marina Mabry on her outside of they were winning by a lot. Like, that's the only reason that makes sense. Aaliyah Boston at 9,800 looks solid. One of my favorite plays that I think is going to go overlooked. She always plays well against Connecticut. Kelsey Mitchell, another great tournament play. You got to decide what you want to do on this slate. With $20,000 to first, if you want to make lineups that can min cash and get you in the green, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if you're just trying to make a little profit and move on, I get that. But I'm getting a little bit risky with some lineups today. I currently have, I think, 5 lineups, but I'm trying to win $20,000. So if I lose every one of them, I'm not just playing just dumb plays, but like a Kelsey Mitchell, she's going to be low owned. She's back down to a reasonable price point, sub 9K. She shot 20 times last game, 2 of 10 from 3. She did get quite a few peripheral stats, which is a plus for her. She's typically not going to get very many peripheral stats. If you ever catch her where she has a really good shooting game, like where she puts up 30 real life points, and she gets you like 6 or 7 peripheral stats, maybe a stock or 2, she's going to go for like 45 plus and absolutely be in the optimal at sub 10%. So I don't know if she's going to be 10% or less tonight, but she's going to be super low owned. Nalissa Smith, if you want to play her, best of luck to you. She played 9 minutes. Sorry, 9 minutes last time out. She's just a defensive liability, and they just don't want to play her anymore. So if you think she's going to get 20 minutes, she might put up 25 fantasy points and barely cover her salary. I just don't see a scenario where she goes out and puts up like 35 plus and is a must for the optimal. Usually, like, if someone's 7,300 like Nalissa Smith on a bigger slate, I might be tempted into playing her. But with this being a winner-go-home game, if she starts slow and is getting just abused on the defensive end, they're going to immediately pull her like they did in the first game. So she's a good tournament play. Maybe she plays 25 minutes. She's a good fantasy point per minute player if she's out there. I personally will have 0 shares. I just don't trust her. Lexi Hull, solid play at 6,400. She's going to play low to mid 30s minutes, needs to hit her threes to really hit value. Obviously, this last game, 26 fantasy points, but she had 5 stocks, 9 peripheral stats. Not expecting that again, only 5 points. A lot of her fantasy production is going to come from scoring, hitting the threes in the corner, She's going to have open looks, so I don't mind her. And then Fagbinley and Dantas. Dantas played more than Fagbinley last game. Couple things. PhD did mention in the Discord, it could be a factor. They like Fagbinley out there for defense if they're ahead, and Dantas out there if they're behind, because she shoots the 3 ball a little bit better. Personally, I think that's a possible scenario. Also, like, Timmy just played extremely bad. 13 minutes, 3 peripheral stats, no points, 3 fantasy points. Obviously, she has a good ceiling. Like, she can go out there and get you a fantasy point per minute in the time that she's out there. So I don't mind her at 5,200. Dantas 5K, I think she's a fine play. Only worry is these games where she can spike for like high teens minutes and then go down to single digits. If you get single digits minutes from Dantas, your lineup's just probably dead, and you are going to have to figure out a way to get different in the late game. On the Connecticut side, I do not expect Ty Harris to play. I'm shocked we haven't got that news yet, and we just did. All right, so Ty Harris is out. I can't believe she was even questionable. Alyssa Thomas, Mabry, Bonner, Bree Jones, Carrington will start. Veronica Burton, best value play on the slate, and it's not even remotely close. 4,400, should play low to mid-teens minutes. Not the best fantasy point per minute player, but she's a good defender, can get you some stocks, can get you the peripheral stats. She can easily pay this price tag off. She should be the most owned play on the slate. And then all the starters are in play. I'm not crazy about Bree Jones. She just really struggled against Aaliyah Boston and this Indiana defense. Like, Indiana runs the high pick and rolls, and Bree Jones just really struggles defending that. Dejanay looks really solid, 8,300. Bonner looks really good, 8,700. Mabry is a great tournament play at 9,500. Most people are just going to click DeWanna Bonner or Dejanay Carrington over. They're already going to be playing Burton. And then Alyssa Thomas going to play the entire game if this game is competitive. 10.5K, one of the best plays on the slate. Then the late game, obviously, we do want to mention this game was treading like major water. Phoenix was losing by 24 points at one point and brought it all the way back and made it took the lead with like 2 minutes to go. There's slight blowout risk here. I think Phoenix will keep it relatively close. This could be Diana Taurasi's last WNBA game. 7,900, I think she makes for a solid play. Sophie Cunningham, 6,800 is fine. She's just not been shooting the ball very much. And I do want to mention she will be guarding Nafisa Collier. So foul trouble is a concern there. Clea Copper, 8,600. Love the price tag on her. She's a fantastic tournament play. BG, 9,200. Minnesota will double her as soon as she gets the ball down low. She's still going to get her shots up. I'm a little bit lower on her, but the price is really appealing at 9,200. Then Natasha Cloud got a huge price increase all the way up over 10K, fresh off her 60 burger. I'm just not expecting her to take 23 shots again. 16 peripheral stats. I think that's even a little high. 33 fantasy points, clearly her highest on the season. She's been averaging, like, I don't even think she's hit 20 in any other. Oh, no, 31. And no, there's 2 with 21. So typically she's more of the facilitator, going to get the peripheral stats and take like 8 to 12 shots a game. 23 shots is a bit much. I think you can play Natasha Mack. Maybe if you think BG was to get in massive foul trouble. The only problem with that is it's a win or go home game. So BG probably just stays out there unless she picks up 3 fouls in 5 minutes. And then Mack is going to smash. Mo Billings, 14 minutes off the bench last game. I think she's a fine play. Celeste Taylor, 11 minutes off the bench. I do not think she's that great of a play because she's so bad fantasy point per minute wise. I would just much rather play the chalk and Burton. On the Minnesota side, obviously Fee at the top, 11.3K. She's going to play the entire game. Is super efficient when she's out there. Fantastic free throw shooter. Not much needs to be said about Nafisa Collier, one of the best players in the WNBA. If you have the salary, you should play her. Courtney Williams, 9K, makes for a solid tournament play. I think she's going to be a little bit under-owned. Only worry is the limited minutes. Only 25 last game. I think she's going to peak out at like 28, 29. Alana Smith, I think she makes for a solid tournament play. Only worry is she also is going to peak out around like 22 to 24 minutes. because Reeve is dead set on playing me, Shaheen Allen, right around 20 minutes, which also limits her upside at 7,100. There's just not a lot of wiggle room there unless you get massive foul trouble out of Alana Smith. Then you got Kayla McBride, 8,200. She's solid for tournaments. She's going to go up against DT pretty much the whole game. We know DT's defense isn't the best, but they also run zone a bit. She's a good three-point shooter, can get there that way. Bridget Carrollton, really solid for her price, going to play practically the entire game. And then if you're looking for deep dart throws down here, I don't mind Natisha Heidemann. She should play every minute that Courtney Williams does not. Last game, it was 15 because Courtney Williams only played 25. If Sewell plays 28, Heidemann will probably play 12. So it varies. It's a roller coaster ride, but she can get there in 15 minutes. And then Xanda Lassini, she's the only other one down here that got rotational minutes. She played the first 6 minutes of the second quarter. I think she's a fine play. My only worry is she's just not going to get a second rotation unless there's foul trouble with McBride or Carrollton. So the only way Xanda Lassini gets there is with foul trouble to Carrollton or McBride, or she just comes out and hits a few threes in her 6 minute run, and that's how she gets there. But not a lot. It's tough. There's not a lot of value on this slate, and some of the value is pretty gross. So it's a fun one though. I mean, 20K to first, you got to get a little different. You have to and this goes for me too. I typically am not like a GPP player. Like for the most time, like most of my DFS life, I played single entry, and that was it. The only time I ever entered like the main big contest was for WNBA, and I would enter one lineup. I would never be like a GPP bro or anything like that. Now, like $20,000 to first, you're trying to find ways to smartly get different. Maybe play like, before we answer questions, like this range right here, this 9K to 80, we'll just say 7,900 to 9K, all these guards in this range. So you've got Courtney Williams, Kelsey Mitchell, DeWanna Bonner, Kalia Copper, Dejanay Carrington, Kayla McBride, and Diana Taurasi, all within $1,100. You could even like throw Mabry in that. She's 9,500. She's close enough. Let's say, like, arguably the most popular plays in this range are probably going to be DeWanna Bonner, fresh off a 40-piece. She's going to be popular. I think people are going to not play Marina Mabry, even though she's starting. She's going to get some ownership because she's been playing well. But like Kelsey Mitchell, she makes for a fantastic tournament play, sandwiched between players that are going to be popular. She's going to come in lower owned. Kalia Copper is another one that's going to come in lower owned. She's going to shoot the ball a ton. You need her to get the peripheral stats to really reach like her peak ceiling. But if she's going to come in at like 15%, I just want to play Kalia Copper in this range. Like leave a little bit of salary and play Kalia Copper, maybe over a DeWanna Bonner or over a Marina Mabry, or play Kelsey Mitchell over Marina Mabry. Mitchell obviously has a huge ceiling. You want to target these players that have really, really high ceilings. Maybe their floor is pretty low, but if your risk tolerance is pretty high and you're trying to win $20,000 and you have $9,800 in salary, maybe you leave $1,000 on the table and play Kelsey Mitchell over Mabry and Courtney Williams. Or if you have $8,700 in salary, maybe you leave the 100 and play Kalia Copper over Bonner. There's just a lot of ways you can get different. It is a 2-game slate. Don't go just crazy. Like don't just kill your lineup trying to get 2 off the path. But there's ways you can 1v1 swap to maybe have a shot at solo taking down $20,000. Like obviously if you're fine, like if you are dead set on playing a player, don't go away from that just to get different. Like that is one of the main things I want to say. Like with $20,000 up top, don't let it change how you are going to attack the slate. I'm just letting you guys know I'm attacking this slate a little bit different than I normally would. I'm playing to try and win $20,000. I'm perfectly fine. Like I've got a few lineups that I made early that I know are pretty safe. If they cash and I get my money back, and my lineups that are super risky don't do anything, I made my money back. Or I may just lose it all and whatever. But I also could win 20 grand. So you just got to know what your risk tolerance is and what you're willing to lose. Like if you're not willing to gamble like on a super low owned player, don't do it. That's my main thing. Don't go away from what you personally want to do. Yep, you've been waiting. Let's get this money. Yes, sir. Yep, just to feel something. That is, I'm just keeping an eye on it. I'm with 20 grand up top. I can build lines for this all day long. Like, I haven't even looked since I started the stream. Oh yeah, there's going to be overlay. For little over 40 minutes left, and like just under 900 open entries. So yeah, what's going on, man? What's up? Thoughts on Holt? I think she's solid at her price point. I think she's a little bit underpriced for the minutes that she's going to play. The only thing with Lexi is she needs to hit her shots. Like obviously this game, this is how she gets there. 5 stocks, 9 peripheral stats with no scoring. But her main source, like when she has good games, it's when she hits a few threes. Like this game here against Atlanta, she played 40 of a possible 45 minutes, 12 real life points, 6 peripheral stats, 1 stock, 24 fantasy points. If you can get 20 plus out of Lexi Hull, you're looking good. And if you get more than 20, like 25 to 30, you're looking really good. Yep. I think, and like, so the deal with the Sun, I want to mention this. The way the Sun played the first game made me think they should win this series 2-0. But the past 2 years, the Sun have done this exact same thing. Well, 2 years ago, they lost game 1, then they won game 2, and had to go on the road and win game 3. Last year, they won game 1, lost game 2, and had to go on the road and win a deciding game 3. So would not shock me if Indiana was to win this game tonight. And I mean, may not be wrong there. Harris is out. Yep, Harris is out. Veronica Burton looks amazing. She does. She looks amazing. Thoughts on Adota? I just don't know about her minutes. Like, that's my biggest worry. Like, let's look. Last game, obviously she played in the blowout. Let me pull up, add more funds here. Obviously, Adota played the last, like, a little over 9 minutes in the fourth quarter. So before that, she had played 4 minutes. So I think it's more than likely she plays like 4 to 6 minutes. And if this game is competitive, they could just go small and play AT as a small ball 5. Like, it wouldn't shock me whatsoever. And their lineup be Veronica Burton, Marina Mabry, Dejanay Carrington, Dwana Bonner, and Alyssa Thomas. Like, it wouldn't shock me at all. That's why I'm staying away from Olivia Nelson-Adota. But she's going to get on the floor. So maybe Bree Jones gets in foul trouble. If you want to play Olivia Nelson-Adota at 2% and Bree Jones gets in foul trouble, you've just got a huge difference maker to try and win 20 grand. So I don't think she's going to play much. I don't have any shares, but there's merit to playing her. Is Burton and Hull in play? Yep. Burton's best value play on the slate. Hull looks really good in that 6K range. Could you rank Bonner, Mabry, Mitchell, Carrington? Like all of them, probably point per dollar wise. Let me look here. Point per dollar wise, where's Mabry? It is Dwana Bonner, Kelsey Mitchell, Marina Mabry, and Dejanay Carrington. Let's see here. What's the chalk? Veronica Burton should be the highest owned play on the slate. I don't know if she's going to get there, though. Like, I think people are going to fade and chase like Dantas, I think Dantas is gonna get steamed up pretty high, and it's making me just like want to full fade and hope Indiana like just doesn't play her very much. Maybe they play Nalissa more, but I think Dantas is going to get steamed up. I know Burton's going to be popular. Looking around everywhere else, I think all three of the spend ups here. I think Caitlin Clark's going to come in close to 40%. I think Fee is going to probably be the most owned spend up here, probably around like 55 or 60. Then you're going to have AT probably in that right at that 40 range as well. I don't think Natasha Cloud's going to be popular. Let's scroll through here. I think Bonner will get steamed quite a bit ownership-wise. I think Carrollton will be pretty popular just because of the minutes thing. And since she's a forward in this range, there's not a lot of them down here. She's going to play practically the entire game. Lexi Hull will be pretty popular. I think Dantas, that's why I'm pretty high on Timmy Fagbenley, because I think people are going to look at this last game. Dantas playing 24 minutes, her most minutes of the entire season, and click her and play her over Timmy Fagbenley, who always comes in the game first. Timmy is the first player off the bench for the Fever. Unless there's like crazy foul trouble with Lexi Hull or Kelsey Mitchell or something, Timmy Fagbenley is always the first player off the bench. So I'm pretty high on that little $200 swap there. Yes, sir. Let's get some money. Let's get the money. Yep. I'm playing multiple Caitlin Clark lineups. I think she's not going to shoot 4 of 17 again. And if she gets you 12 to 13 peripheral stats and puts up 20 plus, like, she's probably going to be needed, even though she's the most expensive play on the slate. Nope. I would be floored if they do. No, I mean, wouldn't shock me. Christy Sides has shocked me before, but I wish they would. The team played their best ball when Alyssa Smith was coming off the bench. Dorka, I believe she is still out. I would not play Dorka. Definitely playing Fee. Yep. And there's you can make lineups with all three studs, like, easily. You can play Caitlin Clark, Alyssa Thomas, and Nafisa Collier. Obviously, you have to sacrifice some stuff. You're playing the three most expensive plays on the slate. But I think the most optimal way going about it is probably playing two of them and then playing Burton and then figuring stuff out from there. But yeah, I mean, if Phoenix keeps that game competitive, I just don't see anyone on this slate outscoring Nafisa Collier. Personally, I just can't see it. Yep, I think you can play Burton and Dantas together. I'm not a huge Dantas supporter. That's one of the ways I'm going to get different on this slate. Someone definitely remind me like 10 minutes before lock to check and make a couple extra lineups if there's overlay. Yeah, Dorka has not been playing. She DNP'd last game. I don't know if she was ever officially ruled out or not, but she is available for Sunday's game 1. So she did not play. She just straight up DNP'd. I would not play Dorka Uhas. I do not expect her to play. CC and Fee and fill it out. Yep. I have no problem with that. I love Alyssa Thomas, though. It feels gross, but like trying to decide the two of the three stars that you're going to play, it's tough. Who's the best cheap plays like 5K and less? Veronica Burton, and it's not even remotely close. She's by far the best value play on the slate. She's probably going to see 15 to 18 minutes off the bench. Not the best fantasy point per minute player, but she's a good defender. She can get you the peripheral stats, and she can hit the three ball. She's not a great three-point shooter, but if she's going to see 15 to 18 minutes, she very likely pays off 4,400. You don't need a lot from her. Everyone else down here, like Xana Lassini's fine as a punt play. She's going to play rotational minutes. Erica Wheeler is going to see like 2 minutes. I just don't want to chase that. Olivia Nelson-Ododa is going to play like 4 to 6 minutes. Celeste Taylor is going to play like 10 minutes. Dantas at 5K. I have Dantas projected for 12 minutes. So I think those are the only ones that I would really consider. Oh, yeah. CC can absolutely cook. Like, it would not shock me whatsoever. I can't go there. I can't in good conscience play Nalissa Smith right now just with how she's been playing. Like, in a do or die game, I imagine that hook is going to be almost immediate. Like, if she's struggling the first 4 minutes of the game, would not shock me if they just immediately hook her. And she's guarding Alyssa Thomas. So, best of luck to her. If you want to play her, I think she's a solid tournament play. Nobody will play her. She will be less than 5% owned. Thoughts on Carrollton and her ownership? I think she's going to be one of the most popular mid-range plays on the slate. I think she's a solid play because she's going to play huge minutes. 34 to 37 is what I would like put that projection around. She didn't even shoot the ball that well, like 4 of 8. Obviously, she can shoot the 3 ball really well. We've seen games where she has just absolutely nuked off shooting the 3 ball. Like, where's the game against New York for the 8 of 10, 6 of 8 from 3. This was for the Commissioner Cup. 44 fantasy points. Obviously, if she gets hot shooting the 3 ball, she's going to be a must because she'll keep shooting it, and most of the time they're just going to fall. Peripheral stats aren't the best, but do want to mention like her rebound numbers have been pretty solid against Phoenix. So I think she's a great play in the mid-range. Bonner or Mabry? I lean Bonner point per dollar. I think she's going to be a lot higher owned though. So it really just depends like if you want to play the lower owned play in Mabry or if you're fine leaving salary and playing Bonner. So I think they're pretty close to the same play though. Thoughts on double punt on FanDuel? So, I did not play on FanDuel. I did not build a lineup. Let's look over here. So obviously you want to play Veronica Burton, 4,500 to open it up a little bit. I think it's gross, man. Zandolosini, 4,100. Dantas, 4,700. Natisha Heidemann at 4,600 is a pretty solid play. She's going to play 10 to 12 minutes. Celeste Taylor, I don't know if I would really like full-on punt with anyone sub 4K that's just not going to play, but it really just depends like what you're trying to build. Like if you're trying to fit like one like big name stud in that's going to play the whole game, I think you can play like one play that's going to get you a 0. And if you're doing that, just go all the way to the bottom and play. You can even play somebody that's out. Like that doesn't have any bearing on it. Thoughts on Dantas? I think she's going to be a little bit over-owned in my opinion, but I think she's going to play, especially if Nalissa Smith struggles like she has been. Yep. Sophie hasn't been mentioned. So I think she's solid. Like she's going to play right around 30 minutes. She did foul out in 29 minutes. The only worry with her is that the tweet that you can see 5 minutes into the game that says, 2 quick ones on Sophie. Like it's almost like clockwork. And she's guarding Fee. So there is even more risk of foul trouble there. But if she goes out there, she can get you some peripheral stats and then hit some threes. I think she's a solid play at 6,800. I do think I prefer Lexi Holt over her. She's just safer, even though Lexi Holt also has the potential for 2 quick ones, especially guarding Duana Bonner. But in that range, I think both are firmly in play. Need some double up advice. Play Burton 100%. Don't overthink that. And then play 2 of the 3 stars, or you can play all 3. Like if you're just trying to double up, the best possible thing to do is play the 3 stars, Veronica Burton, and then get 2 more that are playing quality minutes. Like the minutes are what matter for double ups. Like if you're scrolling in this range, like Sophie Cunningham, she's going to play close to 30 minutes. She's safe for double ups. Lexi Hull's going to play 30 minutes. She's safe for double ups. Timmy Fagbinley and Dantas, both them are a little bit more iffy for double ups just because their minutes aren't as secure. They could pull from each other. But there's a lot of plays like Bridget Carrollton looks really good for a double up. Misha Hines-Allen is fine for a double up. She's going to play right around 20 minutes. So I would start with the 3 spin ups, Veronica Burton, and then fill in the rest. But yeah, that for double ups, that's the way to start. Mabry at the point. All right, so Mabry, Dejanay, Bonner, Thomas, Bree Jones. Mabry starting at the point, which don't really change too much for me. Now you guys got me wondering if they might start Fagbinley over Nalissa. That would be awesome. What do you think about Hans Allen? I think she's solid. I just question like her ceiling. Like at 7,100, she's like if she plays 20 minutes, she's probably going to get you right at or right below 3x. The ceiling there's just not a lot of ceiling, like wiggle room. Like the only way she really pops over that number is if Alana Smith, we get the text, Alana Smith, 2 quick ones, and Misha Hines-Allen gets extended up to like 26 to 28 minutes. If that happens, she looks pretty good. But I think she's a safe play. I just question the upside. Jeez, I keep getting notifications and they ain't what I want. I appreciate that. Yes, I appreciate it. Hit the like button. I really appreciate that. I can't believe nobody else is doing WNBA today with 20K up top. Yes, they will absolutely trap Caitlin Clark as much as they can, and they'll throw different players at her. Like obviously, Dejanay is super physical. She'll get all up in her business. Poked her in the eye, like Captain Insano. But DeWanna Bonner, like her defense cannot be undersold. Like DeWanna Bonner is a great defender. Yeah, she's older, but Bonner has insane length and she can guard Caitlin. And that's what they did a lot of the game last game. It wasn't just Dejanay Gardner. Bonner has the length on her. So if Caitlin does beat her on the dribble and gets around her, Bonner can still make up for it with the length to block a shot. So and they'll just trap Clark. Like for pick and roll, that's why I'm pretty high on Aaliyah Boston. She typically has good games against Connecticut because on the pick and rolls, they'll just roll off and double Caitlin Clark and let Aaliyah Boston shoot an 18-footer. And if she makes them, then they tip their hat and keep on going. But I'm really excited for that game. I think Boston is sneaky. Mac versus Burton. Burton by a lot. Burton or Dantas played meaningful minutes. She come in at the very end of the first quarter, played the last 1.5 minutes, and played the entire second quarter. There it is. We just got it. Timmy Fagbinley over Nalissa Smith. There it is. All right. Timmy Fagbinley looks amazing. She's actually a better value play than Veronica Burton now. Timmy Fagbinley is a good fantasy point per minute player. But back to the Dantas deal. She did play meaningful minutes. She played the entire second quarter, the entire fourth quarter, and then she played 1.5 minutes in the first quarter and 2.5 minutes in the third quarter. Wow. Timmy Fagbinley over Nalissa Smith. Nalissa Smith now probably is a better play coming off the bench. She's probably going to see like 15 minutes. I'm not on Bree Jones. I like the under there. She's just really, really struggled against Aaliyah Boston. Bonner or Mitchell, I think it's really close. I lean the upside of Kelsey Mitchell. Like I just think her team asks her to do a lot more. So I just like the upside of Kelsey Mitchell today. Thoughts on Billings? I don't really want to go there. Only 14 minutes. I would much rather just play Timmy Fagbinley now. Yep. Bridget is she's a great play. She is a great play. Value you consider best two now is Timmy Fagbinley and Veronica Burton. FanDuel, especially in the postseason, like the lines that win on FanDuel in postseason tournaments are just disgusting. Like I won, obviously, like the littlest contest that is out there. I split first on the showdown last night on FanDuel. Obviously, not the 5K to first on Draftkings, $195, but it's like super, super gross. Like so much so that I don't even really want to play on FanDuel for like their main slates because it's all about like if your value does anything, like you're going to win. Like if your value plays do half decent and you nail like your spend ups, you're just going to win. It's a lot more variance on FanDuel in the postseason. Value on the slate, Timmy Fagbinley and Veronica Burton are the two best. Clark and Fagbinley or Bonner and Carrollton. Clark and Fagbinley. Now with Fagbinley starting, she looks really, really good. AT and Copper or BG and Mabry. I'll go AT and Copper. Best guard, 88 to 79K range. So really any of them, like I'm pretty fine with all those in that range. What was it? 88. So it's Kelsey Mitchell down to Diana Taurasi. I think all of them are fine tournament plays. I think my favorite three would be the most expensive three, Kelsey Mitchell, Bonner, and Copper. Then you got like Carrington. I do like McBride and DT for tournaments, but I would prioritize the first game and then like Kalia Copper. I think Kalia Copper is going to come in a little bit too under-owned. Yep. Could be DT's last game of her career. I wouldn't shock me. Nothing she does would ever shock me anymore. Mitchell or Copper for last one in. Both of them should be lower owned. I slightly lean Kelsey Mitchell, but I mean, both have just crazy high ceilings. Like both of them can really get there. Play both. I mean, you can absolutely play both values. I don't think so. I mean, they could. You never know. It's Christy Sides. I would put nothing past that woman. Now, with this news, Dantas will not be owned. So she makes for a good tournament play now because everyone that had Dantas is just going to click Timmy Fagbinley instead now. Let's see. Can you play? Yep, absolutely on FanDuel. I am fading her in a couple lineups, but I have more. I have her in more lineups than I don't. So, and I'm probably going to make like more lineups here in like 10 minutes. Stacking the first game's perfectly fine. There is like the odds don't show it, but that second game could blow out. Like it was a 24-point game at one point, and Phoenix brought it back. Phoenix has not been a good basketball team the second half of the season. They've had some injuries, so got to cut them a little bit of slack. But man, they could just get the doors blown off, and I wouldn't be surprised. Like Minnesota is a good team. Like they're the team that I put my future bet on to win the WNBA championship. So I could see that game just turn into a laugher. I hope not because it's DT's last game. I hope it doesn't. But it very well could. So you probably have one of my lineups in. I hope someone in here wins 20K. If I don't win it, I hope somebody in the Discord or hops in the stream wins it for sure. Bonner and Mitchell, both look really solid. It's tough call. I lean Kelsey Mitchell. I think her usage is just a little bit better. Like it's a lot more consistent. She's going to take 15 to 20 shots, where Bonner might be more willing to pass it a little bit more. She could take 15 shots, but I like the upside of Mitchell a little bit more there. McBride or Carrington, Eileen Dejanay. I mean, she's going up against Clark. If she guards her quite a bit, we know Clark is turnover prone, and she can get some stocks there. So I lean Carrington there, but I do like McBride as well. I really like almost all of that guard range from 7,900 or from DT at 7,900 all the way up to Mabry. Like, I think you can make a case for really any of them. AT or Fee, it's Fee. Like, she's safer, 100%. Obviously, AT is prone to a down game, but man, she's different in the postseason. She always brings the intensity no matter what, but she is different when the postseason rolls around. So it's hard. I would go with Fee though. If you're only playing one of those two, I would go with Fee. Thoughts on Boston? I think she's a solid tournament play. I think she's one of the better spend ups on the slate that not a lot of people are going to play. Boston and Bonner, or so just Boston or Mabry. I lean Boston there. I'm pretty high on Aaliyah Boston. If we look, like, obviously last game, shot 8 of 14, played 33 minutes. I think she could play a little bit more. Like, she's played 36, 38 minutes in a game before. Had a good game, 17 and 11, 3 assists, and then 2 stocks. You look back here against Connecticut, 38 minutes, 35 fantasy points. Where's the other ones? At Connecticut, 33 minutes, 42 fantasy points. Connecticut, 30 minutes, 26 fantasy points. This was at the start of the season. 29 minutes, 18.5 fantasy points. When she was out of shape, she will even admit it to you, she was not in shape to start the year. So I don't hold those first two against her, but she has a big ceiling in this matchup. Yeah. I mean, I think tonight's or not. I just got that feeling somebody's going to win it. Hole or Sophie for single entry double ups. I would probably go with Lexi Hole. I just think her minutes are a little safer. I think she has the potential to play a little bit more, whereas they may pull Sophie for Mo Billings. And I believe Hole can stay out of foul trouble a lot more than I believe Sophie can. So I would go Hole there. Do you think more people are going to run to AT, Fee, and Clark? Yeah. They're going to be, they could all get steamed. And so the lineup, that's the big three, and then the two values. Like, if that's the lineup that you're making, you want to leave salary as the last piece in, or else you're just going to mega dupe with a ton of people because everyone is going to run to that lineup. Yep, it's a struggle. I'm going to have lineups with Mitchell, and then I'm going to have lineups with Bonner because I also have that same problem. So it's tough. I lean Mitchell for upside. I think she's going to be lower owned as well. So, yep, Fag Bentley starting. Looks great. There you go. Like, stuff like this. If you have a gut feeling that Misha Hines-Allen, maybe she gets extended because of Alana Smith foul trouble, or maybe Bridget Carrollton gets in foul trouble, and they bring Misha Hines-Allen in instead of Zandalacini, and they put Fee at the 3, Misha Hines-Allen at the 4, and Alana at the 5. You can absolutely get there. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. Like, if you're trying to win 20K, that's a way to do it and leave some salary. Yep, absolutely go with your gut. Like, 2 of the biggest wins of my DFS life is because I didn't listen to anybody. I just went with what I thought, and it worked. Like, most of the time it doesn't because I have terrible luck, but yeah, you absolutely have to go with your gut. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Zandalacini to the moon. I don't know. I had her in the line, but I think I'm aborting ship now that Fag Bentley is the queen. Man, this is tough though. Damn. Yeah. So if you're just sitting there and you're building a lineup and you play the two clear value plays and you play the big three, like you need to leave some salary. You can't just immediately just jam in like the most expensive play. Maybe you get off of Fagbinlay or Veronica Burton now and play another value. But I think it's going to be a lot of dupes now. If everything rolls right, I think there's just going to be a ton of dupes. How many minutes for Heidemann and Burton? Heidemann I have for 12. Burton I have for 18. Yeah, I don't know if I would do that. The Visa Collier is the best play on the slate for me. Like the best spin up. Fagbinlay or Heidemann, Fagbinlay, 100%. I have 9,800 for my last spot in single entry cash. Need a last pick. Aaliyah Boston. Yep. Fee's the best play on the slate. I agree. Dupe and poop. Yep. Hey, 20 grand up top. If you're fine duping a big lineup, don't let me change your mind. Dupe that thing. Or make a second lineup and pick another player a little bit further down, and maybe you'll solo ship it. I don't think DT is going to be popular. I think like 20, 25% maybe, but more than likely, they're going to click a lot of players around her. Like they're going to click Bonner over. They're going to click Carrington over. They're going to, if they have roster flexibility, they're going to play Carrollton over. They may even play Clea Copper over her since she's only $700 more. Kelsey Mitchell, then you're going to have people paying up for Mabry. I just don't see DT being crazy popular. Yeah, I had a few DTs, so I need to edit some stuff here with the Fagbinlay news. That does change some stuff. Melissa Smith, we're going to keep her minutes what I had it. Fagbinlay now is just, God, the stone cold nuts. So that doesn't surprise me. Now I just think I'm just going to play Fagbinlay over Burton. As if you're only playing one of them, I would just play Fagbinlay since she's starting. Mitchell, Bonner, or Copper? Yeah, I've seen this question a few times. I lean the upside plays in Mitchell or Clea Copper. Obviously, I think Wnba Bonner. This is me personally. I don't have any ownership projections. I don't There's just no trustable site that offers projections ownership wise. I think Bonner is going to be the most popular of the three, so I like Mitchell and Clea Copper a little bit more. Mitchell's probably my favorite of the three. No, but she's a solid defender, but she's not anything crazy. Let's see here. Who is the most popular guard play tonight? It's probably just going to be Veronica Burton, as a cheap value play. Her or Wnba Bonner or Caitlin Clark. Those are going to be the top three. Yeah. And Bonner, of those three, that question that everyone keeps asking, Bonner is probably clearly the safest, and that's why she's the most popular. She's going to play high 30s minutes, and she obviously has a big ceiling too. She just went for 40. But I think the others have just as much upside, maybe a little bit more, and they're going to shoot the ball a little bit more. Yep. BG or Boston? Boston, but I kind of like BG. I don't think a lot of people are going to play her, and the price is cheap, but I like Boston. DT or Carrollton, I would lean Carrollton. I just love the minutes that she's playing and the upside that she has. Yeah, I don't have her projected for that many points. Let's look here. I have Mabry projected for just under 34 fantasy points. So I think I don't think she's a trap. I don't think a lot of people are going to pay that price tag for. And I mean the usage is there. Like she's going to shoot it. She's their main so and she's running the point, so she has some peripheral upside. So I wouldn't say she's a trap. Thoughts on Carrington? I think Dejanay's a solid play at 8,300 for sure. I like a couple other plays like to have more upside in that range, but she's super safe at that price point. I don't really want to play like that premium for Natasha Cloud. Like that's the only thing I don't really want to pay that price tag for. Courtney or Kelsey Mitchell. For me, it's Kelsey Mitchell. I just feel a lot more confident about her minutes. Like I know Kelsey Mitchell is going to practically play the entire game, whereas Courtney Williams probably only sees like 28 to 30 minutes at most. Mitchell or Boston? Boston. Like if you had the extra salary, I would go up to Boston. Sophie or Lexi? I feel more confident with Lexi. I think it's super, super close. So it's pretty much a coin flip. Assuming I'm all in on Indiana, yeah, that's the thing. I would probably still just play Kelsey Mitchell. I know the ceiling is solid on Courtney Williams, but she's prone for some stinkers. And if she's only going to get 28 minutes, she could really sink you. Running 10% of Mabry, my 150 max. I don't mind that. All right, let's see here. I gotta edit some lineups, and then I guess I may throw a few more in. So we've got that one. That's cool. Man, I don't know about this. Ooh, that's not right. Let's see here. Sewell or Carrington? Carrington. I'm just more confident with their minutes. Like if I knew Sewell was going to play low 30s minutes, I would probably lean there. But I think I would just side with Carrington. I appreciate it. I really do. 6,300 forward or lower. Probably just like rebuild or leave a bunch of salary and play Timmy Fagbenley. I think that's fine too. It's a way to get a little bit different. Kelsey Mitchell or Cloud. If you have the salary, you may play Cloud. I think she's going to be super low owned. I don't think she's worth the salary. Her shooting upside, like it's really inconsistent, but I don't mind it. Like if you want to go there for a low owned play. Yep, all in game one. Yep, that's looking like a lot of my builds are going to be that way too. Bonner or Mitchell? I lean Mitchell. Bonner is safer. I think Mitchell has more upside. If you're wanting to chase upside, I think it's Mitchell. If you're wanting safety, I think it's Bonner. I think both are really, really good plays, though. Man, this is tough. No, I can't play on the books here. I threw a couple out there last night that I was keeping an eye on. I don't even know. I didn't even look to see if the under cashed the first game or what did Seattle end up losing by? I think it was more than 8. Nope. The Seattle spread cashed. They lost by 7, and the first game chalked the under. So 1-1 in bets, but I will be on the books this weekend. So definitely hop in the Discord. I'll have some plays in there for sure. Right with the value that opened up. In fact, yeah, it changed everything. I don't think Burton's a must now. I will probably still have quite a bit of her, but I don't think she's a must. Oh man, I like that. All right, that's one that'll get me different. Who's checking overlay? We got 4 minutes. Let's see here. I'm trying to decide if I want to play. You absolutely should. 20K up top. No, I don't. I take that back. If you have, don't spend money you don't have. Only spend money if you have the money. But you absolutely should play it if you can. Underdog swaps. Oh man, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. 85% AT, 70% CT. Yep, I'm fine with that. Awesome. That's good. I will drop it here in the chat here in just a second. Let me make sure my lines are good. I need to see my exposure. How much overlay we got? Oklahoma. We have casinos. I can play college football DFS. I can bet anything on Prize Picks, and then I can't bet on actual sports books. It makes 0 sense. Would you play Carrington with possible foul troubles? I don't think. I'm not going to buy into that. I think Dejanay is a solid play either way. Yep, absolutely. You can play both of them together. Thank you. I do think BG is sneaky. At her price point, it won't take a lot for her to pay that off. Burton or Dantas, Burton for me. Yep, BG is very sneaky. Hole or Mitchell, more than enough overlay. Yeah, I need to hop in and get another lineup in. Yeah, that's the one bad thing about Underdog is you can get hosed. Going to switch over to the game. Good luck. I hope somebody wins it. I appreciate you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll drop the Discord link here once we get into lock and I check everything. Let's see here. Oh, it is going to fill. It's right at it. Let's see if I can build the lineup in 1 minute, and I will share this one first. So if it wins 20K, I'll give everybody in the stream something. I'm going to make this one a fun one, though. Ooh, that lineup is bad. All right, we're not playing that one. I feel like I already have this. Nope, I don't. Cool, that's cool. All right. At lock, I will tell you guys this lineup before I go over any ownership or anything. And if the lineup was to win 20 grand, I'll figure out something. I'll do a giveaway or something. All right. Let's see here. Yeah. Hit that like button. Let's see how many we can get up to. I don't know if I would go there. I think I would just get different elsewhere. Like if you're not playing Burton, I would just play Timmy Fagbinley. We are coming up on lock. 100% Timmy Fagbinley. What could go wrong? Good luck, everybody. Good luck to everyone. Just dupe. Hey, I'll dupe with everyone in here. If everyone in here wants to dupe lineups, let's do it. I'm pretty confident a couple of my lineups will not be duped. Probably just like shoveled money into the fire. But if there ever was a slate to do it, a 2-gamer with 20 grand to first, this is the one to do it. Running Mitchell, Burton, AT, Boston. Yep. I think I kind of dig it. Like, you didn't go all 3 stars. You got the 2 best non-Caitlin Clark plays on Indiana, and you got the 2 value plays. Like, I kind of like it. All right, so here's the lineup that I made in 1 minute before lock. Kelsey Mitchell, Dewana Bonner, Nafisa Collier, Alyssa Thomas, Timmy Fagbenley, and Veronica Burton. I left $1,100 on the table. If it's duped, you guys are smarter than me. Let's look at some ownership. I imagine this game's going to be really popular. If I had to guess, this game's going to be really popular. I have a total of 6 lineups in the big contest. For my double ups, I did Kelsey over Clark, the 3 stars, Boston, Burt. Yep, I think that's solid. I think that looks good. All right, let's look at some of this ownership. Kelsey Mitchell, 16%. Veronica Burton, 41%. Guys, Timmy Fagbenley is 30%. Timmy Fagbenley is 30% owned. What? All right, Timmy Fagbenley, 31%. Aaliyah Boston, 33%. Alyssa Thomas, 57%. Timmy Fagbenley being less owned than Veronica Burton is bad. Like, that's just bad. Dewana Bonner, 27%, a little bit lower than I thought. Marina Mabry, 20%, a little bit lower than I thought. Caitlin Clark, 30%. So there you go. What else? Who else? Lexi Holt, 18%, not bad. I think Dejanay, 16%. That's about it. Yep. I think that's about it. Timmy Fagbenley being 30% is wild. Like, this right here, this is not what I was expecting. Caitlin Clark, 30% is not what I was expecting. Nafisa Collier is going to be like 75% now. So, if your early games do not go well, and you have like 2 spots in the late game, and one of them is Nafisa Collier, you probably should pivot because she's going to be very high owned. With Alyssa Thomas only being sub 50%, and then Alyssa Thomas is 57. So I would think Fee comes in probably somewhere like mid 60s, maybe get steamed to 70. But with Caitlin Clark only coming in at 29%, like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know. And Fagbenley lower owned than Veronica Burton is. That's bad. Yep, let's watch this game. Good luck to everybody. If we do get a game 3 in this series, I'll have the video out for it. I will be gone on Sunday for game 1 of the semifinals. I won't have a YouTube video out. Hop in the Discord. I will have content in the Discord. I'll answer as many questions as I can. Obviously, we know going head-to-head with the NFL, the contests are going to be pretty bad. But going into next week, we'll have hopefully 20 grand to first again, at least 10 grand to first. So I'm going to hop off here and enjoy this game. This one should be a lot of fun. So good luck to everybody. I hope to see a bunch of screenshots after this late game tonight. We're really looking forward to this slate and hoping somebody can ship that 20K. But yep. Hey, Melissa Smith at 5%. If she gets there for you, you got to buy a jersey. You absolutely have to. It's a must. Oh yeah, let me get the Discord link for you. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see here. There you go. I should just dropped it in the chat. So hop in there. We talk ball all day long, and then we stray way off the beaten path sometimes too. I appreciate that, really do. I appreciate you guys. It's been a fun season. Let's close it out strong. Good luck to everybody, and we'll see you guys in the next one.